to start with here is I'm going to use my multi-tool to show you guys. You want to find the right consistency sand. This beach is, we're on the low tide beach right now. I don't need to add any water. Nice and easy. So what we're going to do, I'll come down here. I'm going to scrape some of the sand. You want to find the right consistency sand. So this right here, see, I can roll it into a ball. I could even throw that. That's the perfect consistency sand we want. It has a lot of clay content in it. That's the kind of sand you want to build with Create a Castle, right there. All right, so we have all the basic parts. I also like to bring a shovel, just to do a little bit quicker. This is a big cylinder, so a shovel really helps. If you don't have a shovel, I'll demo how to use the multi-tool as well. Come on, dude. So if you just have the multi-tool, I always like to separate the scoop. If you're going to scrape with this. This is all low tide beach sand. Just scraping, generating a nice pile of sand that we know we can use. And then I'm going to start dumping it into the bucket. And then on the way up, you want to pound this bucket down about 4 times. So this is soft sand. If you're on a more coarse and rocky sand, use your multi-tool head. Gently pound down. Don't slam it down so you hurt your hand. Just gently, firmly push with the flat head right here. You compress the sand in. And now I'm going to use my shovel to speed the process a little bit. So by the time you're done filling this is nearly 50 pounds of sand in here, of wet sand. So this is a much bigger form. This is the biggest form that we sell. This is your 10-inch cylinder. So you have almost instantly a foot tower right here. Again, taking the tool, hit the corners. All right, we're almost there. So I'm not giving this one a lift. You'll see why by the time we're done with this. We're going to do something fun with this one. So that is really firmly packed in there. One more scoop, finish it off. All right, we'll be back. We'll show you how to do the bricks right on top. All right, so we have our cylinder full. All we have left to do is just level it off. Now, you don't want to pull, you don't want to extract sand out of here. You just want to get it nice and level. So you start with your hand, then you can gently, again, I don't have my scoop on here. Very, very rarely have the scoop on unless I'm doing a cut through. So gently, almost just floating this at the top just to get any excess off. That way you can know it's perfectly level. Lean that ridge right there. Take your battlement and start building your bricks around your 10-inch cylinder or your basic brick. So that is the freeform way of dropping your bricks. That's the way I like to do it, but I will show you the starter way. It teaches you and trains you. This is a scrape. Scrub and scrape technique. So this time, scrub, The side with the ridge is always the bottom. Scrape. Now I will leave that packed in there this time. It kind of comes in here real quick. I'll show you guys. Getting a weird shadow here, but that's all right. We're on a beach. So this ridge locks into this ridge right here. That's why I clean this ridge free of debris. So right there, it's giving it perfect placement. And this will train you how to release your battlements. Nice and slow. Keep tapping on the way up just to make sure it's released. And here's the cool thing. You can move it in with your battlement tool. Or if you're in good sand like this, you can actually just pick it up and move it. And we will finish going around. We'll be back to show you more. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna split our 10-inch cylinder. We have our bricks on, packed it nice and firm. We're good to go. So come on in and I'll show you guys how we unbuckle here. So you basically just want to unbuckle and you want to push this all the way against the wall till you hear it hit that plastic, and we'll repeat the process on the other side. So you're gonna, this one, instead of pushing, you're pulling, unbuckle, swing it all the way over against that plastic wall. Take your multi-tool, slip it in like a credit card here. You're gonna see that separation happen. Slight little twist. We're gonna repeat the process on the other side. Slip it in like a credit card. Give it a little twist. And these are your pull points down in the bottom. You can do it from the top too. Just have to be careful. You have to flex that all out so it doesn't hit. And pull back. Push forward, and there is your basic cylinder built in minutes. All right, so now we're going to build a walkway. Before I even cut my doorway or window, whatever you want it to be, I'm going to do a walkway in. So I'm going to use my multi-tool. Again, scoop is off. I don't want this to get in the way. So just scoop all this low side beach sand here. And start to form the walkway there. More on there. Crack it down. This one more of a curve. Scrape something over here. The secret is you really want this nicely packed so it becomes sculpted. Throw that wet sand up the front. Come on in here. I'm going to show you guys how to basically extract some of the sand. I'm going to start bending it the other way. It's almost like an S. These tools, always keep your tools nice and accessible. Put them in the bag if you don't want to lose them. Keep them secure. There we go. Then we get a nice bend to our walkway here coming up, and then I'm going to put a doorway in now that we have this built out. Alright, here we go. So I can literally, now I have this, our walkway to rest our doorway on here, or window. So I can now use that as our base. Just hammer it in, don't be afraid. Now if you hit your walkway at all, don't worry about that for now. You can always rebuild that after the fact. You had the base there. Alright, so we got our window set. Our door, I guess we could call it. Now I'm going to do a slight little wiggle, and then I pull it straight out, nice and slow. And reveal. And I'll use my scoop to do some cleanup work. Like that. Now I like scooping from the bottom up. That way you're not getting sand and stuff they had to re-extract here. Just scoop it in and move it over. I'm going to clean this window up a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll reset it. You can drop it back in, just like that. Same exact process. I'm going to go a little bit deeper, give it a little bit more fine detail. Oh, lost a little bit of my castle there. So just slow. Everything is about taking your time. And if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. It's a castle. And then what we can do is we can actually, I'm not going to do steps on this castle. I'll do a couple just to show you up top here. What we're going to do, I'm going to leave this smooth here. So I'll do a push and pull technique. This is for our steps. Push and pull. Push and pull. And what I'm going to do the rest of the way, I'm going to add bricks on both sides going down. So you give it a really cool effect. Alright, we'll be back with the finished product. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we're going to do a fractional fill and a wall in between. So come on in and I'll show you guys what we're going to do here. So again, I have my shovel with me. So I'm just going to fill this cylinder halfway instead of full, to stagger the height and to lower it, and the wall will come right into the half fill. It's going to look really, really cool by the time we're done. So you're just going to, same exact process. Just going to fill it with your sand, your low tide beach sand, your damp sand, whatever beach you're on. You're not always on an ocean, so even on a lake, you want to find the right sand. It's the most important thing for using the Create a Castle system, is finding the right consistent sand. It has to be the right consistency, not too wet, not too dry. So I'm only going to go about half, maybe 2/3. If you come over the top here, show everybody. So as you're pounding this down, you see where I'm holding. I'm holding from the top, but I'm not slamming it down. Just gently and firmly pack this in. You can even compress the sidewalls. You really want to do a good job compressing the sand into the cylinder to make sure that you extract all those details. And if it doesn't come out perfect, leave it. It doesn't matter. If the bricks are decayed looking or a little bit broken up because the sand is too damp, it's a cool look. Just leave it. So I'm following this line right here. That's the height I want. So this is called a fractional fill. You're only filling it portion of the way. And I'm trying to get it as level as I can before I actually pull it apart. So you're going to see I'm starting to extract some sand out. Try to get it as level as you can. Doesn't need to be perfect. Make sure that the top walls are compressed now with your hands. And that feels like it's almost ready to pull apart. So I will do the same exact process. I will unbuckle and split just like we did. Fill a full cylinder. Instead of a full tower, you have a fractional tower. All right, we're going to build a wall into this. We will be back with some bricks on top too. All right, so what we're going to do now is I have my shovel. Again, you could use your multi-tool. I'm just doing this for demo purposes to speed it up. So I'm going to scoop a whole bunch of sand here. Just pile it right in front and right in between. You want to basically build a wall between these two towers. So by you extracting sand in front here, gives it a more deep look. It's going to make the wall and the castle feel that much bigger. We're almost there already. With the shovel, you can really extract a lot of sand all at once. I'll even do a little archway here for you in between this. Rather than a standard wall, it's a little bit more advanced build, but it looks super, super cool. So I'm going to start shaping it with my hands now. See? Just want to rough it out. So we're going to build a little bit more up front here on the top. So we have the arch in the midway here. Now this is really, as you can see, this is really good sand. This is almost like a clay. Not all beaches are going to be this good. Work with what you have. Figure out your sand. That's the most important part of the process, is figuring out your sand. So you're going to see I'm just roughing it out with my hand. I don't have my multi-tool with me or anything yet. I'm just getting the general shape of where we want the archway to end. And we really want to make sure that this is packed down. So I will get my multi-tool. Here, start little pats on the top. Don't overdo it because it's going to make it collapse. Your sidewalls, everything. Little bits at a time. Come in, touch this up. We already have our wall coming to life. You're going to see I'm starting to smooth the wall now with our multi-tool, just using our flathead. Extract all this out, clean it up. See, I'm just taking little bits at a time. Put a little bit of an angle on this. So you want less on the top and more on the bottom for weight distribution. So that you don't run into a collapse when you start scooping out middle, we're going to put our archway. That is going to be our archway with a fractional fill on the side. We'll do some cleanup work and we'll be back. Thanks for watching. All right, so we got our general wall here built. So I have my multi-tool with my scoop on, and I'm going to show you guys how to use this in our cutout here. You can keep it on here, you just have to be careful. You don't want to over rotate it and actually break the point. So what we're going to do, again, I have my finger on the compression right here. Lightly, just start extracting sand. Bits at a time. It's your general archway where you want to have the cut through that. Now don't hold it from back here when you're doing this. Always have your finger on this compression point to support it. This is gentle. You don't want to be digging too hard with this. You get archway feel. You can even like use your rounded edge here. Start like getting the general feel of it. Some of that away, get it out of the way so that you can keep digging. I'm going to try to go for a full cut through here. We have an actual walkway or archway that looks real. Now I have my thumb on this part. So before you cut all the way through, what a mark on the top, center of where your cut is. Why you do that is I know exactly now where to start on the other side of the wall before I start cutting out. So let's flip on to this side. And now I have my marker, I know where the center is. So I can start cutting. I'm going to just take this off so it doesn't fold up on me. And start extracting right here. I'm going to extract sand out here because I went a lot deeper on that side. So I'll pull a whole bunch of sand out of here. Again, that's going to help support the top by not having all the weight distributed. So I'm just using the scoop independently now, little bits at a time. Do not take big chunks because it will fall. So I have officially broken through now, so I can actually reach in, up through. I'm going to keep scraping away at the archway. Try to line it up with the other side. Advanced technique, but with this technique it's really not that advanced because you're not adding tons of water, you're turning it into cement, you're using the beach as your canvas, you're literally just cutting away at the beach. Just doing it waves at a time, like I say, over and over. Do not extract too much sand at once because that's when you run into collapses, Things start falling apart actually. Step this down just a little bit more. Line it up with the other side. And what I like to do, keep looking over on the other side to see if you're close with your cuts. Just to make it look like a real archway here. By the time you're done. And that is how you create your archway. I'll do some cleanup work. We'll be back. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we got to a point where we have all of our bricks laid out. Now I'm going to use this tool right here, this end, to scoop off. I'm going to actually create hole punches around here to make it look like a bunch of windows. Instead of our tower, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that. So make sure that it's free of debris. Always have a bucket of water right next door. You can dunk it. If any sand gets in there, we'll just wash it out. What you're going to do is you will just give it a little punch, a little wiggle like this, and slowly pull it out. Make sure there's no sand in there, and repeat the process. Just go up and around this curve. You do not want to push hard with this. This is just a gentle, tiny little push. You can come back, re-extract, but do not push too hard because you will collapse the whole tower. So just keep repeating the process, up and over this ridge. This. Come back, clean it up, dunk it in the water. Adding the water actually gives you a nice fresh cut sometimes. So you just want to get that excess sand out of the hole so that when you punch it in, it actually extracts. Try to space these, you know, it's up to you, do a free form, but I like to space them even so that it almost looks like little windows going up around the tower here. And just keep coming in. Just tiny little compression. You do not need to add a lot of force to this. Touch this one up. Down here, so I'll end up at the same height right across. I'm just going up and around the whole archway here. Make it look like a bunch of little windows. Two more here. One. And I'll do my final one right down here. I'm going to match it up as best you can. It does not have to be perfect, it's sandcasting. You're going to see this is starting to break away. Just come here, touch it up, come back in. Back one more time, just punch them real quick. Just want to try to extract as much sand as you can to make it look like little windows are punched out. And this is just the end of our multi-tool to create the window effect. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more.